Welcome back to the channel. My name's Brett, and today we're going to go over the 5 things I love about my Audi Q7. So let's get started. The number one thing I love about the Audi Q7 is the virtual cockpit. So the virtual cockpit is a perfect way to display your maps. You can see clearly as you're driving because it's right in front of you. It's very customizable. You can expand it for the map, or you can condense the map and show a more gauge focused instrument panel by clicking view. And then you'll have the bigger tachometer and speedometer if that's what you prefer. I prefer the full map display. It's just cool looking. Plus, it's easier to see your terrain and where you're going. It's right in front of you. This is my preferred view. Also, it has a lot of other information on it. I'm not going to go into detail on that, but I really love just the way it displays. And another thing, bonus I love about Audis, and all Audis I've ever owned had this, was the elevation. So it displays the elevation of where you're at. Here we're at 10 feet, but I love to see this as I'm climbing the mountains to see how high up I am in elevation. So I really love that feature as well. But again, the virtual cockpit as a whole is a great system. So that's another thing I love about the Audi Q7. So let's go on to the next thing. All right, the second thing I love about my Audi Q7 is the trackpad. I just absolutely love how easy it is to enter destination and points of interest. So let's just go ahead and jump right into it, and I'll show you what I mean. So if we take a look here, this is the trackpad. It's in a perfect location, first of all, for entering destinations because your hand is already on the shifter here while you're driving naturally. So it's really easy to go ahead and just start entering destination with your finger. So all you have to do is literally write letters out with your finger, and then it'll enter it right into the MMI system. It doesn't get any easier than that. I know there's a couple systems out there that use that. BMW, for instance, with the iDrive, you have your joystick on theirs, and you could actually write it out on the joystick. That's cool. But I like how big this pad is. It's easy to find. And when you're driving, you don't have to look as you're actually putting in a destination. So you don't have to take your eyes off the road. You just simply write it out. So we'll go out of this screen and we'll go to navigation. And we're at the enter navigation screen here. And so all you would simply do is start entering your destination on the trackpad here. Start with our C, and then H, E, and as you can see here, it's already pulling up our destination. Cheesecake Factory, it's already found it, and we just simply go and select it, and we're on our way. Being calculated. So that's what I love about this trackpad. It's just so easy to use when you're on the fly. Okay, family, so we went over the first 2 things I love about my Audi Q7, which was the virtual cockpit and the trackpad for entering destinations. So now we're going to go over the third thing I love about my Audi Q7. So the third thing I love about my Audi Q7 is the fact that it can tow my trailers. With its long wheelbase, it tracks really well down the road when pulling a load. So let's get the trailer hooked up and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Now we're just going to be moving the boat back in my driveway, but as you can see, it has big brakes, so it can stop the load when you come to a stop, and then it also has good torque for acceleration when you're pulling off the line. Overall, I really love the way it tows my boat as well as my other enclosed trailer, and it just performs really well when you're towing. So that'd be the third thing I love about my Audi Q7. And if you notice how big the boat is, it does really well considering the size of this load. Look at it compared to the cars as it drives by. So as you can see, it tows really well for a SUV. There's plenty enough power for acceleration, and the vehicle also doesn't squat very much with the load on the tongue. Now that we made it back to the garage, we're going to back this boat into the driveway. Let's see if I can make it in on the first shot. As we back it in, notice how big the boat is compared to the house. So this is no small boat for an SUV to tow. So it's really impressive how well the Audi does. Now we go on to the fourth thing I love about my Audi Q7. So the next thing I love about my Audi Q7 is the power plant. Although it's not as powerful as some engines today, it does have 333 horsepower at 5,500 RPMs and 325 foot-pounds of torque at only 2,900 RPMs. It puts out decent power, and the power comes on very linear, so it feels good on acceleration. And it's plenty enough, like I said before, to tow my boat. So that's the fourth thing I love about my Audi Q7, the engine. As for the final thing I like about the Audi Q7, I would have to say it's its looks. I find it aesthetically appealing, and the Volkswagen Audi group always does really good on their styling, design, and body lines. So that wraps up the 5 things I love about my Audi Q7. So I would like to thank you at this time for watching my video all the way through. And if you liked what you saw, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more car content.